The Election Commission has dragged itself into controversy by what is termed unnecessary interference and curbing the rights of press counsel in the name of monitoring the media. The Commission has given a 24-hour ultimatum to an online news portal to remove a news report, which, according to the Press Council, is a breach of its jurisdiction. The Commission has defended its move, citing that it has the authority since the Election Code of Conduct has been implemented. Good morning, I'm Chitrakar, and these are the headlines of the hour. Significant cases of violations of Election Code of Conduct reported, haphazard use of banners in Madhya Province, Election Commission and Press Council come in confrontation. Former federal ministers and lawmakers vying for provincial assembly election. Provincial assembly glamour is on as a leader's eye top post and power. A Tanzanian passenger plane crashes into Lake Victoria as it attempted to land in the lakeside town of Bukoba, killing at least 19 people. 24 passengers survived the mishap. And a teenage sensation, Holger Rune stuns Djokovic in the Paris Masters final to claim his first ATP Masters title. Becomes the youngest winner since Becker in 1986. It is the accountability of the Election Commission to hold election in a fear-free atmosphere. If the Election Commission deems any activity as a breach of code of conduct, it has the right to take action against the faulty parties and the candidates. However, the Commission has been criticized for unnecessary interference and curbing the rights of press counsel in the name of monitoring the media. The latest directive of the Council to remove a news report has now been connected with the breach of freedom of speech. The Election Commission has drawn itself into controversy after it ordered the online portal setupati.com to remove a news report. The Commission objected to the news items, saying that it had unnecessarily reported about the relatives of the candidates. The Commission gave a 24-hour ultimatum to the online portal, which, according to Press Council, is a breach of its own jurisdiction. The Commission, meanwhile, has said that since Election Code of Conduct has been implemented, it falls under its jurisdiction to monitor every sector. However, only the Press Council has the responsibility of monitoring media contents. The elections are due on the 20th of November. Many incidents of open breach of the Election Code of Conduct have been reported nationwide. Provisions of punishments and fines are in place, but the Election Commission has failed in effective monitoring. Gaur, the headquarters of Rautahat, has witnessed countless incidents of breach of Election Code of Conduct. The overflowing haphazard eyesore banners and posters are everywhere. DJs bellowing candidate slogans are violating the Election Code of Conduct. Situation is similar in Janakpur Dham, the capital of Madhya Pradesh. The historical Janaki and Ram temples are sprawled with election banners and flags. Even as some works have been done to remove these ugly sights, the intersections and crossroads are still cluttered. There is a legal provision of 3 years imprisonment and a fine of 75,000 rupees if children are found to be used in election campaigns. Flouting this provision, the candidates are openly including children in campaigns. The Chief Election Commissioner coordinates the election monitoring committees present in every district. The cases of widespread breaching of rules are believed to be increasing because of the committee's weak monitoring. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked people in several provinces what should be done to restrict children from being used in election campaigns. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
अलिकता भनम सचेत हुन पर्यो
प्रशासनले पनि तीन निकायहरुलाई चाहिँ कारबाही गर्नु पर्यो
राजनीतिक दलहरुले आचार संहिताको पूर्ण रूपमा पालन गर्नुपर्छ
चुनावमा चाहिँ बालबालिकालाई प्रयोग गर्नु हुँदैन
हाम्रो नेताजीहरुले चाहिँ विशेष गरी बालबच्चालाई प्रयोग गर्नु भएन
यसमा निर्वाचन आयोगले नै कारबाही गरे राम्रो हुन्छ
राजनीतिक दलहरुले त्यसमा ध्यान दिनुपर्ने कुरा
यसमा पुलिसले नै कारबाही गरे राम्रो हुन्छ
अभिभावक सचेत हुनु पर्यो घरदेखि नै रोक्नु पर्यो
मुख्यतः अभिभावक पनि सचेत हुनु पर्यो
राजनीतिक दलहरु आफैमा त्यो विषयमा बालबालिकाको प्रयोगको विषयमा सचेत हुन जरुरी देखिन्छ
दलहरुले नियम कानुनहरु फलो गर्नु पर्यो
उम्मेदवारले म यो उमेरका मान्छेले लिएर हिँड्दिन भनेर प्रतिबद्धता
अभिभावक पनि सचेत हुन पर्छ
ती बालबालिकाहरु जस्तो गरिबी अशिक्षा धेरै कारणले गर्दा राजनीतिक दलहरूले नै प्रयोग गरेका हुन्।
कडाइका साथ अनुगमन गर्न जरुरी छ।
चुनावको समयमा बालबालिका प्रयोग गर्नु चाहिँ एकदमै गलत हो।
बच्चाहरूलाई अब आफ्नो आमा बुवा अभिभावकले पनि निगरानीमा राख्नु पर्यो।
उनीहरूलाई प्रयोग गर्नु भनेको वास्तवमा यो राष्ट्रका लागि निकै हानि हुने विषय हो।
राज्यले कारबाही गर्यो भनेदेखि बालबालिकालाई चुनावमा प्रयोग गर्दैन।
The lust for power of the politicians in the country has been highlighted in the November 20th election. A number of leaders who have assumed the position of federal parliamentarians earlier are contesting for provincial elections with an eye on the position of a chief minister or just to remain in power. CPN-UML leader Khagraj Adhikari, who has contested the parliamentary election 5 times since 1991 and who was elected during the midterm election in 1994 and the last general election in 2017, is contesting the provincial assembly election this time around. Adhikari, who had also served as a Minister for Home and Health, is contesting from Kaski's provincial constituency number 1. Adhikari says that he wants to make provincial assembly more powerful, while it is understandable that he is eyeing the position of the chief minister. Likewise, Nepali Congress candidate Abdul Razak, who is contesting from Rupandehi provincial constituency number 1, had contested the parliamentary elections during the last 3 general elections. Razak, who was elected during the 2013 Constituent Assembly election and had managed to become Minister for State for Drinking Water and Sanitation, this time around has preferred provincial assembly election. Meanwhile, Umesh Yadav managed to become Minister for Irrigation after being elected from the 2nd Constituent Assembly election. He was defeated by Upendra Yadav, chairperson of the then Sanghiya Samajwadi Forum during the 2017 general elections, while leader Yadav is contesting from Saptari's provincial constituency number 2 this time. Political analysts maintain that leaders who have already assumed the position of federal lawmakers and ministers are eyeing the position of provincial chief ministers and due to their desire to stay in power. There are many other leaders of the likes of Rajiv Bikram Shah in Jajarkot, Nuwakod's Bahadur Singh Lama, Raju Khanal in Dang, Kanchanpur's Diwan Singh Bista, among others, who have opted for provincial assembly elections this time. Time now for our segment, Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Earlier become federal lawmakers, but this time contesting in the provincial assemblies. The options are A, lust for power, B, eyeing chief minister, and C, glamour rising in provinces. Voting is on. Type any WS, select your option, A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. In the 2017 general election, a coalition was formed between Nepali Congress and RPP in Banke 2. This time, Nepali Congress, CPN Mao Centre and CPN Unified Socialist have fielded a common candidate. Likewise, RPP is contesting the elections under an alliance with the CPN-UML. Janata Samajwadi Party has fielded Muhammad Istiaq Rai against the two alliances. Rai, who won the last election, is up against Sudeep Narsingh Rana of the ruling alliance and Thawal Samsher Rana of the UML-RPP alliance. Since the Congress alliance failed in the last election, it is to be seen what the upcoming election has in store for the ruling party. In Banke Electorate 3, the two alliances are divided amongst themselves. The leaders of Mao's Centre are divided into two groups themselves. The Mao's leaders took in Dal Bahadur Sunar, who was a rebel candidate from Unified Socialist Party and has pitted him against their own candidate, Indra Prasad Kharel. Nepali Congress candidate Kishore Singh Rathore is reported to be affected by the cracks in the alliance. Rathore agrees that if the Maoist Centre does not solve the internal conflict, it will largely affect the Maoist candidates in Banke and Bardia. The Koirala supporters in Banke have their grievances against NC President Deuba for favouring mainly his supporters. Political analysts maintain that the alliance leaders are not sure of a favourable result this election because of this conflict, along with the defeat they suffered during the previous election. Middlemen have become active to claim the ground handling responsibility at the newly operated Bhairava Airport and Pokhara Airport, which is scheduled to come into operation in the near future. Citing the below-par ground handling responsibility from Nepal Airlines Corporation, influential groups have started making efforts to secure the responsibility. When questions are being raised at the working capacity of Nepal Airlines in ground handling, private airlines have started to make claims to get the responsibility. Nepal Airlines Corporation has been solely taking the ground handling responsibility for a long time. The Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal is also raising doubts on the working capacity of Nepal Airlines and end the airline's monopoly, even if it needs to take a legal route. The authority says there is a legal provision that airlines which conduct more than 35 flights a week can carry out their own ground handling works. Ground handling tasks include checking in passengers, baggages and cargo, as well as taking them up to the aircraft and bringing them to the airport and cleaning aircrafts. Nepal Airlines makes more than 4 billion rupees annually from ground handling. The earning from ground handling has given some respite to Nepal Airlines, which loses more than 50 billion rupees annually. Himalayan Airlines has been demanding to receive the ground handling responsibility. Before wrapping up, here's a look at the top stories once again. Significant cases of violations of Election Code of Conduct reported. Haphazard use of banners in Madhya Province. Election Commission and Press Council come in confrontation. Former federal ministers and lawmakers vying for Provincial Assembly election. Provincial Assembly glamour is on as leaders eye top post and power. A Tanzanian passenger plane crashes into Lake Victoria as it attempted to land in the lakeside town of Bukoba, killing at least 19 people. 24 passengers survived the mishap. And a teenage sensation, Holger Rune stuns Djokovic in the Paris Masters final to claim his first ATP Masters title. Becomes the youngest winner since Becker in 1986. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good day.